I think the other thing too is that for me, looking, being a fan of the band, from the outside, and first becoming aware of the band sort of through like the greatest hits, for example. I remember having the greatest hits album. There was a few because there's so many hits, and just slowly becoming aware of them from the pop culture influence that they've had. It's interesting now because I feel like pop culture has a way of repeating itself and going in cycles. And I think it's interesting because when the band started, in the early mid-'70s, some of the stuff that they were talking about was so forward-thinking at the time, kind of challenging. Freddie and the band were challenging things like gender and bringing certain types of humor to popular music and fashion and camp and storytelling. And trends change and things turn over, but it's interesting because I think there are some themes that the band first uncovered that are very relevant today, and that are sort of timeless and that have kind of come back into vogue. So yeah, I don't know. I like trying to connect the dots there for myself and for the audience, and through my shoes and my
well, fashion. And through the years, we've been out of fashion, in fashion, out of fashion, in, out. That's all. And it's like
interesting,
that.
Yeah. But I think it's cool to be able to sort of like, when we've structured the set and we're doing songs from like the early years, it's really interesting because there's a certain vibe there. And then there's songs that are, from the 80s that are, more arena, kind of macho. And it's just really interesting to kind of go through the catalog because there's so many different vibes that go on. And different genres that the band has visited and borrowed from. And I think that is one reason why they're so powerful, because they've sort of touched on all these different types of music to affect the heart. It makes for a better show, doesn't it?
It's an interesting point, because Adam is sort of part of our career now, but we are also part of Adam's career. I'm very conscious of that. Adam has a flow, and it'll be very interesting to see where he goes. Hopefully we'll be around for a while, to see.
さてやっぱりアダム・ランバートがいなければ、クイーンプラスアダム・ランバートということですからね。そしてアダム・ランバートのこのセンスと才能がなければ、現在活動はちょっと行うことは難しいっていうのはこれはね当然のことなのかもしれませんが、改めてブライアンとロジャーはねアダム・ランバートの才能について、触れていますが、さてそのクイーンプラスアダム・ランバートこれからはどうなっていくのか、注目の発言です。
I don't know.
Who knows?
Who knows? We're very much enjoying it right now. I think it's great. It's working brilliantly. Who knows? I don't know.
I think everything is in the moment. I learned that from cats. Cats are only aware of now. And we're having a great time. We love this thing, and we're looking forward to tomorrow night if we play. We're looking forward to Budokan. And this whole Asia thing is all new for us. I mean, most of these places we've never been at the age of. I'm older than 40 now, and I've never been to these places. And beyond that, I don't think we know. We're just happy doing this, and we'll see what happens next.
Yeah. In this tour, Tokyo is the only place we've been to before.
Yeah.
So we're still learning, like young boys.
Yeah, I think if you try to, especially in the arts and the creative field, if you try to plan too much, too far in advance, it stresses you out, I think, and because it's so unknown. You don't know what the future is going to be, and all you really do have is sort of like the show. You show up, you go out on stage, you have the audience in front of you. That's sort of that's the payoff, and so who knows? When we started working together 4 years ago, I didn't think that this was going to be this thing that kept going and growing, and I'm so thankful for it. I had no idea. I thought it was just going to be sort of like a one-time collaboration, and now it's turned into this amazing, like, years and years together,
I guess people liked it.
We did something right.
さてクイーンプラスアダム・ランバートの独占インタビュー、シンガポールで番組のクルーが撮影してきた映像ですけど、クイーンがデビューしてもう長い年月が経っていたのか話を聞いてみましょう。
I don't know. It almost seems like a different life. It was a long time ago. But then there's a continuity. I don't know if I can answer that really. It's different at different times, And you know, it's strange to see Freddie looking so alive and so powerful, and you know, suddenly you think, oh, where is he? You know, he's not here. So you get a lot of strange feelings looking back. But I enjoy it. I'm proud of what we are and what we were, and that's all I could say really. I mean, I have to say, sometimes I wake up and think, my God, did that really all happen? You know, because we were just boys with some kind of dream. Who would have thought we could change the world? You know, you're wearing the T-shirt that Freddie designed when he was at art school, you know, playing that. And all those dreams came true, and all sorts of dreams that we didn't have came true. You know, we couldn't see any of this future. We had no idea that we would be here doing this. It's beyond all our dreams. Really.
But I think doing this crazy, stupid job that we do, when you're on stage, I mean, I'm 36, you know, in here. And then I look at myself on the Who's that guy?
3人のインタビューご覧ください。
It's a hard one. There's so many things.
Greatest hits.
Yeah.
This is good in some ways.
It's a great overview, you know. I mean,
A Night at the Opera has a great cohesion as an album, and I think it was when our sort of art came
broad.
to...
That was a very broad album, yeah.
When our sort of art came to a fruition, if you like, you know, we finally had control over our medium. I also very much like the album we made after Freddie went, using a lot of the material which he left us, Made in Heaven, because there's a lot of mature thoughts in that, you know, and it's a kind of peak of creativity. You know, Freddie is very much in the album, but it's very strange that he wasn't there while we were making, you know, finishing it off. But it was a labour of love to do that, and I really love that album. I find I listen to it. It's one of the few albums that I actually listen to.
And I think from the earlier years,